The nuclear option, if successful, will turn the Senate into a body that could have its rules broken at any time by a majority of senators unhappy with any position taken by the minority.
You just heard Senator Shopping Cart Feinstein speaking back in 2005. I can turn the music off. It doesn't work. You just heard Senator Shopping Cart Feinstein saying back in 2005 when the Dems were the minority that if the reconciliation were to be used by the Republicans, it would turn the Senate into, a dictatorship. Now, of course, you've got to hear the rest of this. We are talking about the maneuver where the other party is locked out of the vote, and we live in a putative dictatorship, and the party in power simply does what it wants without respect to the other party, let alone what the people want. I mean, let's put aside the fact that the people don't want this at all, the health care bill, and I've told you the reasons why. But now you have Obama and the Marxist Democrats in power, and they're going to use the technique called reconciliation, which, of course, the libs are jumping up and down for and saying we need it, we want it, we have to have it, do it, do it, do it. Of course, they were singing a different tune when they were the minority, saying it was a dictatorship. So let's begin at the top with Obama and run our way right down to Biden. Listen to the savage nation.
What I worry about would be that you essentially have still two chambers, the House and the Senate, but you have simply majoritarian absolute power on either side. And that's just not what the founders intended.
We are on the precipice of a crisis, a constitutional crisis. The checks and balances which have been at the core of this republic are about to be evaporated by the nuclear option. The checks and balances which say that if you get 51% of the vote, you don't get your way 100% of the time. It is amazing. It's almost a temper tantrum.
The nuclear option, if successful, will turn the Senate into a body that could have its rules broken at any time by a majority of senators unhappy with any position taken by the minority.
This nuclear option is ultimately an example of the arrogance of power. It is a fundamental power grab.
We are not going to follow the Senate rules. No. Because of the arrogance of power of this Republican administration.
I say to my friends on the Republican side, you may own the field right now, but you won't own it forever. And I pray God when the Democrats take back control, we don't make the kind of naked power grab you are doing.
You don't try this naked power grab. Well, I rest my case. Now, you could call it naked hypocrisy, but what would that get you with politicians? And so you can just say that the Democrats were lying then, and so are they lying now about health care for the poor? In other words, if they were lying then about not using reconciliation, are they not lying to you now about health care reform? I mean, when did they stop lying and when did they start lying? This is the Savage Nation. Welcome to the program. We can start all over again. Play There Goes My Baby. Then we'll talk about Meghan McCain, the daughter of John McCain, who was attacking tea parties today. I don't know why I picked that song. It doesn't fit a damn thing. I have an idea. Wait. Here's a fun one. Here's Meghan McCain, who is channeling her father. Actually, I think that John McCain is channeling his daughter. I don't really know who's channeling who. She goes on a show with Whoopi Cushion Goldberg and the other fetid fruit from the forest floor, and she starts to attack the Tea Party and calls anyone in the Tea Party fundamentally racist. Listen to clip 14.
There are some things about the Tea Party that have been bugging you.
People were saying that this is the new movement in the Republican Party, and the first I knew, I did not want to go. I had very much ideological differences with them, but Congressman Tancredo went on TV, and he was the first opening speaker, and he said that people who could not even spell the word vote or say it in English put a committed socialist ideologue in the White House whose name is Barack Hussein Obama. And then he went on to say that people at the convention should have to pass literacy tests in order to be able to vote in this country, which is the same thing that happened in the 50s to prevent African Americans from voting. And it's innate racism. And I think it's why young people are turned off by this movement. And I'm sorry, revolutions start with young people, not with 65-year-old people talking about literacy tests and people who can't say the word vote in English.
Now, I don't know whether this is a product of congenital stupidity inherited from the mother. You do know the mother, McCain, was a Valley of the Dolls. I mean, look, you want to lay it on the line here? You want to get down and dirty? You think I'm going to hold it back because she's a woman? You think I'm going to hold it back because she's a young person? You're wrong. Anyone who calls the Tea Party movement an innately racist because they want people to be able to read, write, and speak English is going to get it from me. Meghan McShame is exactly what is wrong with John McCain and exactly what's wrong with the Republican Party, in my opinion. Now, I'm not asking you to comment, because there's nothing you can say that would add to this discussion. I just felt like getting it off my chest. That's all.